Yo, it's your boy Courtney, but you can just call me Courtney. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Sorry for the audio. Yeah, technically right now I'm up on my roof because now my video place kind of is a bit wet right now. So this a video I'm gonna do it from my roof, but the scenery is beautiful. Like, let this be an example. So although I go through storm, there's always sunshine at the end of it. Get me? Place always are beautiful. Always fun. Yeah. Yeah. Hoping I hear me same way. Yeah, as I say, at the end of every storm, there's always sunshine, isn't it? Your situation might rough, and nobody might not know where I go through, as I say in my previous video, but God always do it to strengthen your faith in Him, and to make you not really fall victim to this world or to life, right? Because I'm gonna be honest, everybody not really like put God name in everything, because everybody really and truly run from God, especially in these days. You see me? And everything is either them say the universe or them just blatantly like talk to you or themselves, like anything with them have are basically themselves through straight hard work and everything there, which is not wrong. In the hard work aspect, it's not wrong. You did do all the work, and regardless, and even if nobody not did to help you through the time, through the storm, you see me, through any problem you have, wanna feel like it never go over, and nobody never did to help you, right? But God was always there. You see me? And this YouTube video basically me I talk about why I chose the red pill over the blue pill. You see me? The blue pill meaning like life in general, the world, right? Like not really putting God in everything that I do, right? Sure, people acknowledge say go without how can I put this? If you simple say yo, you wake up in the morning, them acknowledge you say yo, oh, God wake them up. You see me? Simple things like that. You see me? But I want to do it throughout an aspect where everything when we do, every achievement when we get in when we acquire in our life, God deserve all the glory. More give God all the glory, right? Anything when we go through, anything when we accomplish, it's not by myself, but it's by God, right? It's just like just a second. It's just like Israelite, right? When it's this in Deuteronomy, when Israelite then go through the desert, you see me, all generation go through the desert, through them storm, through their storm, right? And even though they rebelled, so they were allowed to go into the promised land, but their offspring were allowed. The thing is kind of dark for me, so that's why I'm kind of trouble thing like that. Yeah. Their offspring were allowed to go in the promised land, right? And in Deuteronomy, God literally told them that, yo, I'm basically gonna paraphrase it, because I can't remember everything word for word, right? So I'm paraphrasing. So God basically I say, yo, when you go in a promised land, right? Everything is going to be fine and dandy, because when you go through the wilderness, when you go through the storm, right? But there's a thing. Every time people go through a storm and lead them through a storm and bless them with something amazing, that they couldn't comprehend, right? It's like them always lose focus on why them in a position where them why them in a position where them in a no, right? It's like them say, yo, like them basically I say, yo, the reason why I acquire all of this is because of my strength. It's because I want me, the hard work when me put in, it's always me, and never God, and never Most High God. It's me, Yeshua, Jesus, anything we want to call him. It's never God, right? And God said that you must always remember him in good times and in bad. Surely enough, you are going to know of him in bad times, right? But in good times, people tend to forget about him, right? And he stated that in Deuteronomy that in everything, when you're going to the promised land, do not forget him, and do not say the reason why I'm here, the reason why I won all these battles is because of my strength, because you have to remember that God gave you that strength to overcome the enemy or whoever that was oppressing you or something like that. You get me? Anybody who they are oppressor, God gave you the strength to conquer that oppressor, right? And the thing or the person that oppressor may come in different shapes and form, right? But you have to remember, say God was always there with you throughout the bad time and the good. So you have to remember, say God is in everything, and that is why I chose the blue pill, the red pill, I'm sorry. I wear blue right now. Blue is technically my favorite color, otherwise I'm purple. But back to the main point. Yeah, 100% eating the red pill right now, because when we really realize, oh, God is really graceful and merciful, and nothing when we do in our life when we did say me achieve for my own. When we really look upon it, I was making a total and blatant idiot of myself, right? And the things when I go through now, I've achieved way more progress, or I've gotten a lot more progress from when media eat up the blue pill, right? I was living for the world, doing things of the world. You see me? Here's this thing that I'm currently doing right now, and the thing, it's a process that I was going through, and God blessed me with a pathway last night. And through this process, I didn't thought that I could have gotten through it. I'm gonna be honest with you. And it's like my brethren, shout out to Sam Allen, right? Like he told me about something, an opportunity, that if I was able to achieve the success that I'm going to achieve in the future, that somebody else would want to like help me through the process, basically, right? I was sleeping when I got this message. Like, he called me when I was sleeping and woke up, right? And he told me about it. And it's like, I slept at least about 2 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes later. No, I slept for 2 minutes after that, right? And I woke up. This guy didn't sleep, to be honest, right? But I'll close my eyes, and 2 minutes after, it's like I said, no man. And then I started to pray, right? And I said, God, I was blatant. I was very blatant and very clear in what I asked God for. And it's like, when I pray, that's why literally, when people tell us a prayer work, prayer actually work. Prayer actually work. The thing is that sometimes we pray to God in the heat of the moment. We pray to God, and when God bless we, God is amazing, right? God is to be glorified. God, I just said, God, Sorry for using that, but I just say hype, isn't me? I just say hype. God, I just say G, isn't me? And a couple months after, God is just God. When you hear about God, yeah, I believe in God. So, isn't it? It's a case like that, right? So people really, really meant to say, oh, prayer actually works and God really works every time, right? It's just the fact that when we pray, we have to wait. And at the same time, when we pray, we'll get everything. Just like how I grew up. And at the same time, I ask a mother for something or a parent for something, they are going to give it to you. You see me? Them test you up to see if you are capable of handling anything that you ask them for, right? So I'm praying to God, and I was asking prior to the prayer that I prayed. This was mind you, when we post this video is current. Alright, today is Monday, Sunday night. It's not actually Sunday, but it's Monday in the morning at probably 12 o'clock, right? You get the information from Virgin Dermis and we start prayer same time in the night, right? And when we pray, later I ask God for what we want, right? And when we finish prayer, I watch a YouTube video and then I drop asleep. And then I wake up back to this message, right? Literally a couple minutes after God answered my prayers. No, yes, God does work fast, but prior, as I said, I was praying for this for a long time. I had to wait, isn't it? Because most things we ask God for were things that are of God's will. When we ask Him for it, are things that are going to glorify God, as long as Him knows that we heart like really into it and we are going to use it to glorify Him. As long as we ask Him for it, we are going to get it. But it's just the fact that we have to wait, right? And yeah, just that alone, along with other things in my life right now, this YouTube channel, right now, I feel amazing just doing this YouTube right now. And apologies for if me I talk and it sound like me a ramble. As I said previously, sometimes I talk and it's like something just start to cover. I don't know. But yeah, I feel way more comfortable doing this type of video prior to when we used to do the blue pill videos, right? Making a fool of myself and not really doing things that are of God's will, right? I'm not tell you, say, yo, just because I do this right now, I'm not gonna falter in a life, because I am a human being, right? I am a human being. Literally, this morning, I read a psalm, right? And the psalm, it was a psalm of David, right? Because the reason why I'm saying a psalm of David is because David is the only one, isn't the only person that wrote book of Psalms, right? So yeah, so David was a king, was the king of Israel, right? So the Israelite chose, when the Israelites were in the promised land, they wanted a God, they wanted a king to rule over them, right? And God said, okay, I'm going to give you a king, but the king you're not going to like make the king say, you're not going to basically make the king replace me, right? You're going to let the king like rule over you. Instead, you're going to let the king rule over me, right? Because in their situation, in their time, in their era, like kings were the highest people to be worshipped. Otherwise from the other gods, right? So yeah. So the people chose Saul, and so God didn't choose Saul, the people of Israel chose Saul, right? So Saul did what he did and led them to stray, and God chose David, right? You know, let me tell you, like, David was according to the Bible, he was a very skinny dude, right? And basically skinny like me, if not more skinny than me. And God took him, God chose him, right? And basically everybody know this story, right? David and Goliath. If you don't know it, you don't know from. But everybody knows how God chose David, and you see what happened when God chooses you to do things. You can do a lot of miraculous things, right? Because Goliath was a giant, right? He was a giant. So the whole fighting, the skinny man fighting a giant, very muscular man thing is very impossible, right? So, I don't know, most of this video will long. But me I catch it short, one video too long. But God chose David, and David won the battle against the giant, right? Through the whole process, God was using David, right? Because God chose David. No, why am I saying this? I'm saying this because in these Psalms, the first thing David said was, "Help, Lord." Right? He was asking. Basically, the whole to sum up the whole psalm is like David was struggling in something, and he needed the help of God. Right? That goes to show that even David, I am not on David's level. Yeah, surely God chose me, but choosing situation is quite different from back then, right? But God chose me, sure. Fair enough, God chose me as well, but I'm not in David's league or position, right? So that goes to show you that David was doing something, even though God chose him. David was having a little problem, and he was going through a phase where he needed God. He was on a wrong path. I'm assuming that he was on a wrong path, right? Chosen person of God was on a wrong path and he needed help, right? Thus saying, even though I'm walking with Christ or walking on the path of Christ, I am going to falter. I am not speaking that over my life still, because of one day at a time, right? That's the thing with people. Yeah, I go rambling, but sometimes you just get to talk. I just get to talking when I have certain knowledge. I just want to put it out there, right? And yeah, that's the thing with losing fear of thoughts. What was I saying? David. Yeah, that's the thing with people. People thought that people thinks that the relationship with God is like an eternity thing. Surely it is an eternity thing. You should want to be with God for eternity. But it's one day at a time. That's why people find committing God so hard, because they look at it as an eternity eternity thing, which it is an eternity thing, but you have to look at it as one day at a time. The thing is that when you finally grasp the one day at a time thing, that is when you do not care if it takes a million zillion years to be with God, because walking with Christ is the best thing you could ever do or you will ever do, right? So yeah, I am going to falter, but I'm not speaking that over my life. I will be the best servant of Christ, right? But yeah, if anyone wants to hop on the Red Pill train as well, please feel free to do so, because it will be the best thing that you will ever do. And for the people that are already on the train, it's the best thing you could have ever done. It's the best thing for me, for sure. And yeah, as I like to say, thank you for listening to me. Thank you for spending 18 minutes. It's probably, because it's a second clip, it's probably 20 minutes, 21 minutes, give or take. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for listening to what I say. And thank you for rocking with me so long. And just know that the growth is real, and I hope you continue to grow with me throughout this journey. And yeah, thank you for everything. And hope you have an amazing, beautiful day, night, evening, whatever time you watch this. And once again, thank you. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. And like and share. Yes, sir.